Kilalanin natin ang latest and updated training pool ng Gilas Pilipinas para sa nalalapit na 2024 Fiba Asia Cup. Point guards, Scottie Thompson, 6'1", 180 pounds, 30 years old, 10.5 points, 6.3 rebounds, 7.4 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.5 blocks, 28% 3-point shooter, 34% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Chris Newsome, 6'2", 190 pounds, 33 years old, 13.3 points, 4.2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.1 block, 33% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Robert Bolick, 6'1", 178 pounds, 28 years old, 16 points, 5.2 rebounds, 10.2 assists, 1 steal, 13% 3-point shooter, 93% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Terrence Romeo, 5'11", 180 pounds, 31 years old, 15.4 points, 1.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 0.7 steals, 32% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Shooting guards, CJ Perez, 6'2", 187 pounds, 30 years old, 16.4 points, 7 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2 steals, 0.1 block, 21% 3-point shooter, 68% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. RR Pugoy, 6'2", 180 pounds, 31 years old, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 43% 3-point shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Jordan Heading, 6'2", 189 pounds, 28 years old, 13.4 points, 2.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.3 blocks, 35% 3-point shooter, 83% free throw shooter in his last season averages in Japan B-League. Don Trollano, 6'3", 160 pounds, 32 years old, 13.6 points, 3.9 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, 37% 3-point shooter, 77% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Small forwards, Kevin Kembao, 6'7", 205 pounds, 22 years old, 16.7 points, 10.8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.9 steals, 0.9 blocks, 33% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter in his UAAP 86 season averages. Calvin Oftana, 6'5", 186 pounds, 28 years old, 21.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1 steal, 0.5 blocks, 43% 3-point shooter, 88% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Calvin Abueva, 6'3", 209 pounds, 36 years old, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 steals, 0.5 block, 50% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Arvin Tolentino, 6'5", 210 pounds, 28 years old, 22.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.9 steals, 0.7 blocks, 35% 3-point shooter, 78% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Power forwards, Jamie Malonzo, 6'7", 210 pounds, 27 years old, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 0.5 steals, 0.5 blocks, 33% three-point shooter, 74% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Japet Aguilar, 6'9", 235 pounds, 37 years old, 10.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.1 steal, 1 block, 51% field goal percentage, 74% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Justin Baltasar, 6'9", 250 pounds, 27 years old, 17.1 points, 16.9 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.1 blocks, 54% field goal percentage, 63% free throw shooter in his MPBL 5th season averages. Jason Perkins, 6'4", 235 pounds, 31 years old, 13.2 points, 6.2 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.2 blocks, 32% three-point shooter, 57% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Centers, Junmar Fajardo, 6'10", 268 pounds, 34 years old, 19.2 points, 11.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 59 field goal percentage, 63% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Angelo Kwame, 6'11", 220 pounds, 26 years old, 9.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.5 steals, at 0.7 blocks, 61 field goal percentage, 76% free throw shooter in his ongoing season in French NM1 Championship averages. Moto Tua, 6'8", 245 pounds, 34 years old, 7.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.2 blocks, 30% three-point shooter, 55% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Raymond Almasan, 6'8", 194 pounds, 34 years old, 5.6 points, 6.1 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.4 blocks, 25% three-point shooter, 65% free throw shooter in his PBA 48 Commissioner's Cup averages. Ito ang latest and updated complete training pool ng Gilas Pilipinas para sa nalalapit na 2024 FIBA Asia Cup. Sa tingin niyo mga kababols, sino sa mga to ang pasok sa Final 12 lineup ng Gilas? Ilagay niyo na po yan sa baba.